Hey folks, Randy here with Doing Cut and Trim. So I'm recording this video, but I'm actually waiting on my wife to come out, and my son is in the back and has just discovered that he can turn the lights on and off back there, so and he's really liking it. So you might hear him in the background, and I think you can kind of see the light going off and on. There he goes, because he's having a pretty good time back there. So but somebody asked me a question. They asked me if I could talk about business entities and taxes, and so I figured I would tackle that. And I'm going to talk more about the business entities because I don't know that much about taxes, at least not enough to talk about it on YouTube. So as far as business entities go, I was looking into two main thing. I'm assuming I know what you're talking about. Let me just preface like this. I might look like an idiot because maybe I don't know what business entities are. But when I was starting my business and trying to decide what to do, I was trying to decide between being a sole proprietor or being an LLC. And I was leaning towards an LLC because of the protections that it affords you. But I started looking into it and really started researching it. And what I found out is when you're solo, the protections that an LLC provides you, a lawyer can shred those protections pretty much immediately in court, just by being smarter than you. Basically, they can go into court and say, oh, he's only an LLC because he's trying to protect himself from me suing his butt and taking his house, and they would be correct. And the judge will be like, yeah, you're right, and so they'll just cut it off, and they won't they'll treat you like you're a sole proprietor. So since being an LLC costs more, I'm not one. I'm a sole proprietor. At some point I'll change that, but honestly it'll be once I've got an employee or two, and employee or two that are full-time and more established. So honestly, I just go with a sole proprietor, because, and that leads into the tax thing, because it makes taxes easier. When you're an LLC, taxes are more complicated. I do my own taxes, and I use TurboTax, and by being a sole proprietor in the business, it just makes my life a lot easier. I just do my best to be as safe as possible. I double and triple check everything I put on when I'm filling things out, and you know, so far so good. I'm not getting into the taxes at all though in this conversation because, like I said, I don't know enough about them to really be able to talk about it confidently. I feel like I'm doing it right, but I'm not comfortable enough to play an expert on YouTube, so I'm not gonna. But yeah, if you're trying to think going between a sole proprietor and an LLC, I would definitely go the sole proprietor route because it's cheaper to maintain, and the protections you think you're getting with an LLC, you're actually not going to get. So it's not worth the extra money and the extra hassle for something that'll get shredded the moment you step into a courtroom, if you, God forbid, did. Although honestly, you get yourself some liability insurance, you should be able to avoid most of these kind of things. Just don't be stingy with it, you know. If something broke and it was probably you, just go through the process, you know. Don't let people take advantage of you, but don't be stingy with money that's not coming out of your pocket, you know. That's what you got insurance for. So I hope this was helpful to you. I hope it cleared up anything. If you got any questions, feel free to leave it in a comment in this video or any video. At this point, I'm still responding to pretty much all the comments I get, and I'll talk to you again later. Have a good one.